Happy Saturday. It's Mama Radha. I got a really great message from a sweet gal named Abigail about, being a young woman, wanting to be a wife and mother, and some tips, to just try to put herself in the right position to achieve those goals. And, I wrote basically three things to get started. And I've gotten other, messages from young women kind of with the same concerns, like I'm in school, but I don't know, how am I going to find my husband and this kind of a thing. And a lot of struggles with depression, which is just the state of the world we live in. It is literally a psychological warfare for all of us. So we're all fighting against, just to keep our mind. So the first thing I would say is get counseling and or therapy, and deal with the root cause of the depression. Now, it's a little tricky because women are more emotional by nature. So, you're never going to find that all 30, 31 days out of the month that you're smiling and happy and chipper. Okay. It's, if you look up the chart of a monthly hormone cycle for women, I thought it would go like this and then drop and then go back up. It's like this all the time throughout the month. So our hormones literally are like spaz all the time. So part of being a woman is that we are more moody, okay? But we learn to control that, all right, and get our mind right. And having a good dominant man helps us to keep that in check because he won't put up with the foolishness. But it doesn't mean we won't struggle with it, okay? So there's a difference between depression, which is something that you're feeling every single day. You're really, really down. It makes you feel unmotivated to do things, you just kind of feel like you're stuck in a rut or you have the blues, that kind of a thing. Versus just being a woman where you have good days, you have bad days, you go up and down with your cycle a little bit or a lot. I was very emotional for years around my cycle. It's ridiculous. And I would even know better, and it still was like so overwhelming. But then, I'd be fine and la la la. It's crazy. The poor guys have to live with this. So, talk to someone about it. I happen to like a male counselor. My pastor was my counselor for years. I did also talk to his wife on occasion, sometimes both of them. But I really appreciated the male perspective. I appreciated the way that he just delivered it, like just down to earth, blunt truth, anyway, it just, but if you feel more comfortable talking to a woman, that's fine. Just sometimes women tend to be a little too understanding of each other, and if they're a mess, they're not going to be very good at giving you advice. So just be careful who you see. So getting therapy, getting help, getting counseling to find the root cause of whatever might be making you feel stuck or, shh, no, baby, Bella. And then the other thing would be definitely your health and fitness. We were just talking about that like yesterday. Making sure that you have developed or are developing healthy habits for life. Like no phases, no crash diets, none of that stuff. You want to be where like you have a routine. You go to the gym or there's sports or yoga or dancing, Zumba. I love Zumba. Whatever, that you do something physical every single day, that's a part of your life, and that eating healthy isn't a phase for you, that's the way that you eat, because not only will it help you look better, but you're going to feel better. Your hair is going to grow, everything's going to grow, nails, as far as all that, healthy skin, blah, blah, blah. But you don't even have to think about weight loss because you're going to be on a consistent pattern of health. And over a lifetime, girl, I'm telling you what, inflammation is a killer. Inflammation caused by sugar, alcohol, dairy, flour, all that stuff. It makes everything hurt. When you talk about hearing people, their joints hurt, it hurts to get out of bed, it hurts to do this, it hurts to do that. That's inflammation. And a lot of times I'd say even migraines because, you're constricting your blood vessels. So it's inflammation. Inflammation's horrible. So eating clean, drinking lots of water, stay away from sodas. And just be careful. Don't eat late at night. I mean, if you get really good, you don't eat after 6 o'clock. Intermittent fasting is also really good. You just got to find what works best for you. But whatever it is, make sure it's healthy, okay? So get your fitness in order. Bella, shh. She's just sitting there. Oh, the neighbor. She's barking at the neighbors. And what was the third thing? The third thing would be get your father or your pastor or a singles ministry involved in helping you to vet men, okay? Because if you're serious, you got to be serious and you got to talk serious. You got to be like, listen, I am here to be a wife to someone, so I can't mess around with you. But, if you want to court me, we can do this the right way, Men will respect you for that, and the playboys will leave. They're not going to wait if you say that you're not putting out. So this is for the young women who especially are still virgins. That's huge. They will respect that. But you don't want to waste time either, because men won't wait forever, especially, even if you're a virgin, they're not going to wait forever. And you don't want to be like a 26-year-old virgin, all right? So they're going to think something's wrong with you. You're socially awkward. So anywho, if you are, you know what? God bless. It's all good. I've heard of 43-year-old virgins getting married. But anyway, but, the younger the better, of legal age, obviously. And if you're in school, that is the perfect place to meet someone. Are there any, nice, decent guys who have approached you, and maybe you're too shy and you denied them, or you thought, oh, maybe that's not who I get the tingles for, or whatever? You have to be really careful, because yes, chemistry is important, but what's more important? That you're going to have a good man that's going to take care of you and cherish you for the rest of your life? No, Bella, come here. Or, that you get the Chatter Tyrone, or whatever you want to call it, some hot guy, who makes you feel real good, and you're like, ooh, and then next thing you know, you're going to fall for him, catch feelings, have sex before you're ready, and then they're gone. It happens every day. So I would recommend having a man, your father, an older male relative, your pastor, join a singles ministry, get someone involved in helping you to match you. And more than likely, they're going to match you with someone older than you, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You really want to be able to look up to your man, and he'd be more like a father figure to you, take care of you, love you, mold you, and shape you to himself. That's wonderful. That's how it's supposed to be. Sometimes you get lucky and you can be with someone your own age and you guys build together. You got to have the patience to go through the growing pains that you guys are going to go through growing up together, because even in your 20s, people today still aren't really grown up. And he's going to have a lot of testosterone going. Oh, Bella. What else was I going to tell you guys? Shh, come here. Come here, Bella. Bella. Ooh. Get that girl. Come here. Bad girl. Looking for the treats to bribe her. Come here, girl. The other thing I was going to say real quick, because that's very annoying and I don't want to keep doing the video while she's barking, is do volunteer work, whether it's your church or Habitat for Humanity or the soup kitchen. Come here, naughty. Something where you're giving back to the community. Number one, it helps you feel better, and you can meet guys that are doing the same thing. Now, beware, there are predatory guys that do volunteer work to prey on women looking for a good guy. So you just, again, that's why you need the men to vet the man that you're interested in. It's very important. Okay, guys, I gotta go because this dog's driving me crazy. Anyway, and that's some of the tips that I have for young women that want to be wives and are not sure how to find their guy. But don't be too picky. It doesn't mean that you're just like, take anybody, but have a man help you vet the men. And you may more than likely have to marry someone a little older than you. And may not be initially who you pictured in your mind, but you have to remember most people for the history of time didn't even know who they were getting married to. A lot of times it was an arranged marriage and they grew to love each other. You know, it's initially more like lust, and then you have this whole honeymoon phase, you know, la la la. Then the reality comes in, and once you're living your daily life with somebody, that's how you're like, okay, I love this person. And love is not a feeling, it's a commitment. You are committing yourself to loving that person no matter what you guys go through. Bella! Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.